Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Scorpio in December 2019. What's going on, Scorpio? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, Scorpio, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and happy holidays. Whatever you're doing with your friends and your family, whoever you're spending that quality holiday time with, I hope it's an amazing time. I hope you have all the presents that you ever wanted, all the garland you ever wanted, I don't know. Whatever you're looking forward to in the holidays, I hope it comes towards you. Wishing you the best, as is the way I am with everybody on my channel. I wish everybody the best, because, you know, life doesn't always give us the best now, does it? Anyway, Scorpio, 2020 is almost here. How do you feel about it? I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling like super duper yes about 2020. So hopefully you're looking forward to the new year just as much as I am. If not, c'est la vie. Like, you know, you can't stop the hands of time, right? Anyway, guys, just a quick announcement off the top here. I will not be doing any lives for the collective in December. I was hoping maybe I could do something for Christmas or maybe New Year's, but I am way too busy. I'm doing the generals, or the monthlies, I'm doing the mid-monthlies, I'm doing live for Sagittarius. At some point, I'm also going to be doing the no communication readings, and I got, you know, private readings to do. I have a private life I have to tend to. I am planning a party. I think it's going well. I just got a lot of things I got to do and, you know, still maintain, you know, a full-time job. So, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to take care of, but I'm going to make it work, because that's who I am. Anyway, so no live for December, but I will go live sometime after the new year in January, so be on the lookout for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can see when I announce when I'm going to go live. I'll do that on the community tab and community posts. So yeah, be on the lookout for it, okay? Scorpio, let's get into it. I don't know why I put on that voice. Let's get into it. Anyway, guys, I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins, my friends. The timestamp is in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is all the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. If you have any questions before you place an order, feel free to email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can. I don't know why I'm in like this weird playful mood as I come into your reading, but that's how I feel right now. Anyway, let's get into it. Please show me Oops, see? Almost slipped and called you Sagittarius, so maybe some of you are connecting with a Sagittarius. Please show me Scorpio's outcome for December 2019. Please show me Scorpio's outcome for December 2019. Please show me. Oh, come on. Getting your game cards out here wasn't that difficult. You're holding back on me, Scorpio. Why? There it is. Hey now. Very nice. Overall energy is, bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Excuse me. And that's crooked. I see it right now. All right, Scorp, let's go ahead and flip everything that came face down and figure out what your problem is. Maybe not your problem, but let's see what's going on. Okay. Not heavy initially. I'm gonna say that this doesn't feel heavy as compared to some of the other readings I've done recently. This is refreshing. That's good. So let's figure out if that's the case. For surezies, for realsies, huh? All right, please show me where Scorpio is in December 2019. Please show me Scorpio in December 2019. Please show me. Okay, we got it. All right. Hey now. Scorpio, coming into December, you come in with the Emperor card. Boom, boom, boom. Very big. This is the heaviest card in terms of rank in the tarot in your spread. So that's interesting. Anyway, Major Arcana for Aries. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. This is big boss energy. This is either you're a boss, you have taken on the leadership role, you've taken on a management role or something like that in your job, you've taken on some type of responsibility in your home, or just something of weight, something of some position of status is yours. And not status like fame and fortune necessarily, or status as in necessarily even power. Like some of you maybe have gone from having an unofficial title in your job to having a very official title. So again, maybe before you were just a part of, like, if this was like retail, maybe you were like a store lead. Now you're actually like assistant manager. Store lead is a title, but obviously if you're an assistant manager or the store manager, that is now just a bigger title. So some of you have really elevated into a position of leadership, of power, of being sort of the head honcho, so to speak. If it's not regarding your job and stepping into leadership, it is still this like elevation in dominion. And I use that word a lot when I talk about the Emperor. And I as a word nerd, sort of, dominion can be kind of dicey because it kind of indicates that other people don't have control. And that's not what I mean. When I say dominion, and especially when I'm referring to the Emperor or the Empress or even a king or a queen sometimes, dominion is about self when I talk about it. Everything that is central to you is yours. This is self-possession. In some cases, it's about not only self-possession, it is about even the material things that you own. This is really like, now, oh, okay. Oh, I like that because that makes sense to me. Okay, so what they're showing me is, they're showing me this old computer game that I used to play, Age of Empires, and it's an emperor, that makes sense, where basically, like many, online, well, not even online, but many MMOs and stuff like that, where you get a clan. In that game, Age of Empires, you're a clan, right? You could be the Japanese, you could be the Britons, you can be all these historical empires, right? You could be the Romans, something like that. And you get assigned a color, blue, red, purple, orange, something like that. And you are identified. So if you're familiar with that game, you kind of know what I'm talking about. If you're not, here's what happens. You're out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. You tell your little character to go walking this way, walk towards the northeast. As your little villager goes walking, he encounters some sheep. The sheep, as he walks towards them, as he gets close to the sheep all of a sudden get a collar on them, the same color as your clan or your tribe. So if your little man is walking along and his color is blue, the moment he encounters these wild sheep that have no designation, they become blue sheep, okay? They become members or property of the clan, of the village, of the tribe, yeah? That's what I'm talking about with this emperor thing. You're claiming shit, Scorpio. Ooh, yes. If you are moving into an office or moving out of an office, you're claiming shit. Like you're walking around, you're walking past, Brittany's desk, and you see, that's the stapler I lent you 4 weeks ago. Yoink, that's mine. You pick it back up because she never returned it to you. You walk over to Thomas's desk, you see that he took your little spindle of tape. I'm going to take that away. It's like that. You're reclaiming things that belong to you in your office space, in your personal life. This is probably going to go into more than just work, but there's this sense of reclaiming so that you can build an empire, so that you can increase or have firm parameters over your dominion. What is mine? This is mine. Pointing at yourself. This is mine. Me. I'm mine. You go over here. You're like, give me the damn stapler, Brittany. It's mine. I bought it on sale at Staples. It's like that. It's might seem petty because it's like, oh my God, it's just like people might be saying that to you when you leave the office. It's just a stapler, Scorpio. Bitch, it's my stapler. Give it back. It's the principle of it, right? So here we go. I'm getting fired up here. The principle is, Scorpio, as you are moving forward, career, personal development, relationships, whatever we're going to end up talking about tonight, you are wanting to set firm boundaries and parameters on what belongs to me, what do I have dominion over, what do I have control over. Long gone, or soon to be long gone, are the days where other people encroach on your space, on your time, on your emotions, on your mental, you know, your state of mind or your sound mind. There's something here, there we go, more with the Emperor archetype, about invasion or feeling, again, encroached. Not that you are necessarily wanting to be alone. Some of you might want to be alone, but it's about, listen, yeah, there we go. I will be respected. If people don't offer respect to you, you demand it. If it's not the first thing that people give to you, if it's not immediately obvious in your relationship with a person, you know, relationship of any kind, business, personal, family, friends, lovers, it doesn't matter. If respect isn't the first thing that someone offers up to you, you will quickly demand it. In no certain terms, you're going to be like, listen, I'm not feeling respected here. You're not respecting the boundaries I've set up here or the parameters. You're encroaching on the things that, on either my time, my space, my effort, and you're not giving me my dues. This is about dues. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's a power move, because I don't think it's going to get into such a rowdy or such a friction type space with most of you. Surprisingly, Scorpio, I think it's going to be pretty easy. We'll see, though. It just feels like taking no prisoners, kind of, you know? Going back to the whole person who borrowed your stapler and they never gave it back, and by the time you're ready to leave the office, or you're, you know, just happen to walk on, you know, you just might be happening to just walk out the door one day and you're like, that's my goddamn stapler. I was wondering where it went, and you just yank it off this person's desk. You're not, she doesn't, you know, whoever borrowed it, they don't care. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep it that long. It's not a fight, but it's just like your energy behind it is like, you fucking jackass, of course it's mine. It's something like that, where your tolerance level for people taking advantage of you or not giving you your dues, not giving you respect, not recognizing what is yours, is really upsetting. And I kind of remember saying something about this last month or back in October. It was some shit about people in your cupboards, like eating you out of house and home, something like that. Maybe that's relative to what I'm feeling right now. I don't know. Regardless, this is good, because this is to start a reading, this is coming out the gate, boom, bursting out of the gate. So I feel there's a quick ascension happening for you, either again in your job or your professional life, or in your personal development. Some of you are going through some, I don't want to say radical change, but I guess I'm going to say radical change, because they're like, yes, radical change. Yeah, because if you, for lack of a better, not lack of a better, but I feel many of you have not had this energy, had this feeling within you ever, or for a long time. And when you get into this position, like when you slip on, what is that? I don't know what you would call that. But let's go with his crown, right? As soon as the Emperor's crown is on your head, once you shake hands, I'll take the job, right? Once you complete a course and you've been certified in something, once you step on the scale and you see that you've lost the 30 pounds that you aimed to lose, 4 months ago, once you obtain this crown, this status as the emperor, recognition. You recognize yourself as the emperor. Once you do that, it's on. It's on. And the ascension will be quick. Like, again, if I don't know how many of you, are familiar with this game, but there's a certain part it's a strategy game. It's sort of like Risk. That's another way you could think of it. If you're not familiar with this game, you can think of it as Risk. The more territory that you begin to own, the bigger your empire is, the more of a Goliath you become, essentially. Yeah, that's what I think this is. But it's more defensive than it is offensive. I'll say that. This doesn't feel like you want to pick a fight, Scorpio. It doesn't feel like you want any drama. It doesn't feel like you want to rule with an iron fist. But if the iron fist has to come out, if somebody acts a fool, you're gonna bust it out on them. Listen, I'm in my emperor phase. So if Brittany comes back to you is like, hey, do you have a stapler? Get out of my office. Go away. It's like that. It's like, no. We've been down this road before, you and me, Brittany. You're a stapler thief. Get out. You will, it's like that. It's like you've learned your lesson, or you've learned again what your parameters are. You want respect. You want things to be the things that are in your dominion, the things that belong to you personally, objects, the way you're identifying, the way that you're asserting yourself in your life. There's like a new set of rules around here, and people will respect it. That's interesting. Because again, I don't feel like it's like you're being a tyrant or anything like that. You will be if people force your hand, essentially. Look what you made me do. Now there's like a no stapler rule for the entire office. If you want a stapler, go buy your own. Something like that. So anyway, good for you. I feel that this boss up is a long time coming. It feels like, yeah, because like, look how like he's just looking dead on at us, right? And there's like this, again, like this energy of self-possession. I know who I am. So some of you, I mean, just to get it into something different other than work and, focusing on a damn stapler. Like some of you could be looking at yourselves in the mirror, giving yourself mantras. That works for a lot of people. You could be journaling, you could be meditating, you could be putting yourself into a development, or excuse me, a practice that's going to bolster and enrich your personal development. Because some of you, this is coming from a place of, maybe, we're coming off of November, we're coming off of your birthday season. So some of you, maybe you didn't have the best birthday, or maybe you didn't have the greatest Thanksgiving, or maybe you're going into Christmas and you're like, holy shit, round 2 with my mom at the dinner table because she's my mom. It's something like that. So some of you have to really like kind of build up your confidence in a way, or get yourself, steel your nerves, get yourself ready to face pushback or face adversity or face challenges. The Emperor is a very good energy to take on, because you're a water sign. This is again associated with Aries and fire signs. So it's not necessarily the most comfortable position for you to do, but you have to take on this energy of being one who's ready for, I don't want to say a fight, but ready for some type of I don't even say altercation, because I don't think it's that volatile. I really don't. But this is definitely somebody who isn't afraid to stand up for themselves. They're not afraid, or they're not daunted by the task of being strong. And that might sound like I'm calling you out. I'm not calling you out, Scorpio, not at all. But that's what this feels like, where someone maybe hasn't been the strongest because, again, the season, your birthday, general winter blues or something like that, it doesn't really matter. It feels like you're coming from a place where maybe you haven't been at the peak conditioning of strength. And I feel that this Emperor is here to kind of, it's like when Popeye eats his spinach, da-da-da-da-da-da, and like he flexes his muscle and everything like that, and he goes and takes Bluto out, and he takes his very attractive olive oil home. I mean, I never understood. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to sit here and critique Popeye, but but that's what this feels like. It feels like you take your spinach, you do your mantras in the morning, you do your meditations, you go to the gym, you hit the body bag, whatever you do to kind of get yourself pumped up and ready, that's what you're doing. All right, that's how you start. We're done here, right? Yeah, they're finally letting me go from that one. So what happens next? What else is going on for you? Well, you got some bullshit. No wonder you need to be strong. Look at this mess. Ah, Jesus. So I just said you're coming from a place where maybe you weren't so strong. Boom. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Upright so you can get a better look at it. Listen, 5 of Swords in reverse. Who were you fighting with? Who were you in a disagreement with? Somebody really took you down a peg or two, or not. That's not the right phrasing. They knocked the wind out of your sails. There's something here where there was a fight, a disagreement, a fallout. Okay, they want me to say betrayal. And 5 of Swords is not. Well, I guess it could be. I don't normally say betrayal with 5 of Swords, but I'm saying it right now. And I'm saying that because the traditional artwork, you're not going to see it here in this deck, but the traditional artwork shows one person standing with 3 swords and 2 people are walking off in the distance. And often, pardon me, the 5 of Swords is described as, you know, no winner's card. A shallow or hollow victory. And that might be there. So basically, if you did get into a fight, if you did get into a disagreement with someone, it was like a pointless argument that you've had with someone. A point of contention that didn't have to be there. You know, someone picks a fight, someone starts in on a debate or a conversation that really there's no solution that's going to come of it. There's no practical or constructive end to it. It's just arguing for the sake of arguing kind of energy. That can feel like betrayal. That can feel like, you know, some type of sabotage, some type of manipulative or divisive action. If that was your experience, number one, some of you are dealing with someone who is like that all the time. All the time they're like that. And they exhaust you. Much like I told you, or much like I'm showing you here with this card. It knocks you out. It just takes all your energy away. And interestingly, this depiction is giving me this idea of a sacrifice. So again, just to kind of go with what might work for some of you, but it's really more thematic. So go ahead and pull this out in a way that helps you. If you know that your mom is like a battering ram and you know you have to go over to your parents' house for Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you're doing, you know that this person is just going to show up and behave and speak in a way that is divisive, that grates on your nerves, that drains you, that makes you feel like this. And so you kind of sacrifice yourself to the situation. You go in knowing we're probably going to have a fight. She's probably going to say some things that hurt my feelings. She's probably going to tell that one story about what happened to me in the 4th grade. And I hate that story, blah, blah, blah. And so you're like, again, you're kind of stealing your nerves, but in a different way. This Emperor is where you are now. This 5 of Swords I'm feeling is partially past, partially future. Because again, I feel if this is about one person in your life, Scorpio, they are like this all the time. And you have very little escape from them, especially if they're a family member of yours. Unless you plan to, like, you know, hightail it out of town and change your identity and block them from your phone and, you know, change your name and do all this other shit, you're probably going to have to deal with them for a while yet. So you are used to coming out of discussions and interactions with this person feeling like this 5 of Swords. Now, it being in reverse, I think is showing me that you're tired of that. That's why the the Emperor has shown up, and that's why I'm telling you, you have like this new way of approaching situations. Maybe not with this person, but in other avenues of your life, which may or may not be the best way to go about it. What do I mean by that? It's sort of like scapegoating. If you have an issue with one particular person, it doesn't have to be your mother, by the way. I'm just using that as an example. But if you have sort of this contentious energy or this frustrating energy between you and one person, and the dynamic never changes because that person is a total battering ram, that person is totally unfazed by how much they bother you, or unfazed how much they ruffle other people's feathers, or they're unfazed or unaware of how obnoxious and just they are, okay? I can't even get a word. They're just, all right? If that person is always that way, I feel as though you turning your emperor, these are my boundaries, this stuff is mine, this is my dominion, this is who I am, and you're becoming bold and very assured of yourself in other areas, it kind of misses the mark if you don't ever present that side to this person. Now, you might have your reasons. Again, it could be your mom. Some of you have an undying loyalty and love for your mother, as most people should. or at least that's what we would think. If your mother is a monster, don't love a monster. But, you know, so that makes sense. It makes sense that there are certain relationships that you can't really push back on due to respect, due to loyalty. I get it. But this being in reverse is showing me kind of, you might want to show a little bit of the Emperor to this person. A little bit. Just a suggestion. You don't have to do it because it's in reverse, because it's going to repeat itself. This is a regular occurrence. It doesn't have to be with one person. It could be in a certain atmosphere in your life or a certain location. That's interesting. They're going to tell me that. Okay. They're going to tell me that. They're showing me that. Some of you, that could be like a church thing for some reason. Oh, well, holidays coming up. So yeah, a lot of people attend churches, like big mass ceremonies on Christmas Day, right? So when you go into these spaces, there are like hierarchies and all that other kind of stuff. And there's just a certain unease you feel in these atmospheres around this particular person, around these certain group of people. And again, with the sacrifice, the idea of sacrifice, you go in knowing, I'm not going to win a fight with these people. I'm not going to win an argument with these people. They're going to push my buttons. I'm just going to lay down on the ground. Like, you show up, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and you just get ready to be bombarded with crap. You don't put up a fight. It's kind of counterintuitive to everything that I said was going on in the Emperor. I think you need to wear the crown a little bit when you're in this situation with the Five of Swords in reverse. Just a suggestion. You don't have to do anything that I or anyone else were to suggest to you in a tarot reading, because it's just a momentary read on your energy. Maybe they'll change one day. Maybe. Anyway, so what else is happening? Yeah, man, that fucking sucks. I don't know what's going on there. What's going on there? Oh, yeah. Okay. Are you going to have one of those readings too? Please show me if that's what's going on here. Because that's been kind of happening. Is this? Show me. Maybe. They're like, maybe. So I don't know just yet, Scorpio, but you might have it's not a twofer, but you might have another storyline going on up here. Because this energy feels kind of, this is a challenge. Yeah, we complete it there. And they're like, complete it. AKA complete the line. 10 of Wands. Wrap, yes. Okay, that's good. I wish you could, I don't wish you could have seen it because I probably look like a crazy person, but I was just like shaking my head back and forth a little bit as I was getting this message. Listen, 10 of Wands is a card of burden, right? It doesn't look pleasant. I mean, this guy's like, what, in a city that's on fire, surrounded by these wands, and, you know, what is he, shirtless? Maybe he's not shirtless, but whatever. It just doesn't, it's not a walk in the park, whatever the hell this is, right? Ten of Wands is a burden. Ten of Wands is stress. Ten of Wands is being, responsible. Like, this is like taking on oh. Okay, that makes sense. Because what was I saying about this whole idea of going into a situation and sacrificing yourself, knowing you're not going to win, knowing that you're going to be defeated, knowing that you're going to be gaslit in some of your cases, okay? You're going to be dealing with someone who's a big pain in the ass, and there's nothing you can do but prepare for the onslaught. I told you that, right? And what was the word I just said? Responsibility? Is that the word I used? Responsibility? I think so. Basically, decorum. Decorum, what is expected of me, is a burden. As the child of this battering ram of a mother or father, or, you know, the younger brother or the younger sister of some knucklehead who, you know, he might be 64 years old and I'm 62 years old, but he still thinks it's cool, you know, to give me a wet willy or some shit like that. It's like you're dealing with someone, or you're dealing with energy right here with this Five of Swords that you know you can't totally disrespect, or totally dismiss, or totally push back against. And that gives you a Ten of Wands feeling, Scorpio, where I want to do more, or I want to be alleviated from this situation, but I can't, or I'm not. Maybe not I can't, but I'm just not. Here's what I think. Because the Ten of Wands is willful burden. Meaning, you don't have to. You really don't. And again, some of you are like, but I have to. I'm letting you know you don't. You know, as the outside perspective, as the outside person reading these cards here, this anonymous pair of hands on the internet, right? I'm telling you, you don't have to. But because you have respect, loyalty, you feel responsibility, you feel attachment, whatever you feel towards this person, towards this group of people, towards the decorum of the situation in general, you're in some ways willfully bound to this displeasure, to this burden. I don't believe in that personally. I have my reasons. I'm gonna spare you my reasons. Not for you, me as an individual, as a person that lives on this earth that has opinions about shit, right? I'm letting you know I don't necessarily agree with that in all cases. I understand it. I understand that we have to pay respects towards people. I understand that we have responsibilities. I understand that we have certain ways of remaining in contact, or remaining in certain situations and circumstances, because it's what's expected of us. But when it makes you feel like this, and I keep using this word sacrifice, referring to that Five of Swords in reverse, and I'm telling you, it's a cycle. It will repeat itself, because the people that you're dealing with, the situations that you're dealing with, they're not about changing. So then if you continue to give into it, continue to speak to them, continue to interact with these people, continue to show up to these places, and engage in certain activities or behaviors, this is what you get. Willfully carrying burden, willfully carrying discomfort. This is not a walk in the park. This is not, I mean, he's kind of maybe like in a yoga pose, but that doesn't look comfortable, you know? So I don't, Saturn again, thank you. Because I was about to put this down, but some sign had this the other night, and the mentioning of Saturn, again, Saturn. Saturn is about karmic lessons, my friend. Some of you are in the midst of a karmic lesson. I don't know what it is specifically. You'll have to dive into that and research it and consider it for yourself. But when I say karmic lesson, and I don't say it often on my channel, but there's something here that needs to be transmuted. There's something here that needs to be elevated, evolved, right? Saturn puts you into, as a general, right? The energy of Saturn puts you into the school of hard knocks year round. Well, not year round, because there are breaks in Saturn's energy, but whenever you're in the middle of a karmic lesson, that's Saturn saying, hey, how are you enjoying being enrolled in the school of hard knocks? Are you doing well? Are your grades up? It's like that. It's not meant to tease you or anything like that, but it's meant to encourage you to consider this pain and this discomfort I'm going through, this burden that I'm carrying, that I've carried for X amount of years in my life, that I absolutely abhor, that I absolutely feel defenseless against, or I feel like, you know, incapable of finding a resolution to it. Am I going to do this for the rest of my life? Am I going to have to endure this for the rest of whatever time? You know what I mean? That's what Saturn is telling you. Saturn is also the Lord of time, yeah? So, Scorpio, look at the line. You started out strong. And again, I feel this is true, but there's another area of your life where this Five of Swords and this Ten of Wands runs rampant. That exists in your life somewhere, but this Emperor is doing the most, in a good way, doing the most elsewhere. You're kicking ass at your job, you're kicking ass with your finances, or you're kicking ass in your love life, but this is your family ties. You might have, that's interesting. I'm like, why am I saying that? Oh, shit, okay. Okay, come on. Get it out, get it out, get it out. Ooh. Listen, some of you, because I'm saying you're kicking ass in an area of your life that is separate from the Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And this Five of Swords, I keep coming back to this whole thing with moms or parents or whatever, and I'm feeling visiting, and I'm feeling, you know, due to the holidays, due to, you know, obligation, you have to still maintain contact. But I feel there's a separate part of your life, a love situation, a separate family situation. Oh! Listen. I feel what they're giving me is some of you have a pertinent, prominent family situation, your own. Husband, wife, kids maybe. If not kids, little four-legged animals that act as kids, right? A nice little nest that is yours, and it's perfect. You love it. You love your husband. You love your wife. You love your kids. It's good, right? You have friends, family, back home, quote unquote, back home, wherever it may be, across the country, on the other side of town, whatever it is, that is separate from this, separate from your kingdom, separate from your empire. Going back to that analogy that I told you about the video game and risk and this idea of you want to know what is yours and you don't want encroachment on what is yours. So some of you have a house, a home life that you share with someone or you maintain by yourself. You could be single Pringle and feel this way. And then you have friends, you have family members, you've got people who are like, hey, Scorpio, can I come over? No, you cannot. This is my safe haven. This is my safe space. You and your trashy self, or you and your annoying self, you and your inflammatory comments can stay away. You purposely keep this Emperor energy separate from this other inflammatory, gaslighting, annoying, just whatever this is, whoever that is. Could be one person. I feel it's more than one person. I feel it's like a family or a group of friends. And you maintain a separate part. There's separateness here. Okay? Some of you, it's a fucking secret. Scorpio, I always curse with you the most. It's very interesting. Well, maybe not the most, but I regularly curse a lot with Scorpio, so I apologize if you're offended, but if you are, you know, you'll get over it. But some of you, this is like a secret. Like, in some of your cases, wow. In some of your cases, your family don't know that you're married. That's weird, but plausible. possible, factual. Okay, they're like factual in someone's case that your family, maybe not your entire family, but certain members of your family or certain friends of yours don't know that you're married, don't know that you live with someone, don't know that you know, something is not known. Because again, this Emperor is like, it's mine. I don't want other people to encroach on it. I don't want other people to fiddle with it. I don't want people to bother it. If you are dating someone seriously, or like I said, in some cases have like a secret marriage, if your parents knew that you were married to this person, then, you know, World War III breaks out. Some shit like that. So there is purpose in not having these two worlds or these two aspects of your life intertwined or overlap. It's very interesting. Because again, I feel like this is a very cyclical energy. This Five of Swords, whoever it is, whatever it is like a broken record. Like, here we go again. This is how we communicate. This is how this person interacts with me. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. You know, it's like, it's exasperating. It's very exhausting dealing with this and dealing with this. And so that's why this Emperor is so strong and so remote. You know? Yeah. I can't go further into that, but that feels like purposeful. This Emperor energy is over here. This is my side of the map. You know, if we're talking about risk, I have Australia and half of Asia. This is what I'm doing. Do not come over here from South America trying to take my my dominion of Australia. I have Australia. Go away. Alright, anyway. So, I think you're kind of having a bisected reading because several other signs have, and that happens with the monthlies. Like, there are patterns that emerge in the cards that come out or the way that I read the cards. And there's been at least, I think, 2 signs, maybe even 3, that have had this bisected reading where something is going down here and something is going down up here. I feel that there's a separateness, so let's see what we're talking about. What's going on in the top? All right. Okay, yeah. I'm laughing at myself. I'm not laughing at what I'm picking up here. I'm laughing at myself for making weird noises. Listen, friends, what are you doing? Oh, interesting. There's secrets up here. Making move. Oh, are you making like secret moves? Yes. They're like, yes. They were like, I wish you could, maybe not. It was a weird thing. Like, they pushed that feeling out of my chest, like, yes. And it was whispered, yes. Are you making secret moves? Yes. I don't know why, but that was such a weird sensation. There are certain secret moves going on with you, Scorpio. That makes sense. Because I'm going between these two. I just don't know which one they want me to talk about first. Yes, thank you. Finally, we got there. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, my friends. Show you this card upright. So, single ladies card, you know. Striking independence, abundance. This is like Empress Junior, if you're familiar with tarot. This is like, you know, junior high. This is like the younger sister, the younger, more impressionable, or more, the up-and-coming energy of like, or up-and-coming sisterly energy of the Emperor, something like that. That's interesting. What was her name? Rita Hayworth? I don't know. I could be wrong, but there's something about that person's face that reminds me of like a Rita Hayworth. I could be wrong with the name. I don't know why. That was really random. But reverse for you. Reverse for you, Scorpio. What's going on? I did say that. I did say something about you have kept a relationship secret, because when we have, again, this is upright, single ladies. In the reverse, not so single. So some of you have kept a relationship, marriage, they're like a marriage secret from somebody, particularly family or friends. I don't know. Oh, that's really weird. Who is this for? This is like some fucking soap opera shit. Because there's, I mean, the card is kind of on the money with it, right? Because again, this card as a person, as an energy, is about abundance, material abundance. Nine of Pentacles, material abundance, having money, having access, having a nice car, having a nice home, having a nice job, or being stable and secure, right? That's great. Perfect. Everybody should have that. But when I'm here, it's like that is going on, but we're pretending that's not going on. Why are we pretending that's not going on? There's something here about if people know about this, they will take advantage of this. If people know about this, they're going to wreck it. So you keep it quiet. Again, like, did some of you like run off and get married? Did some of you like, you know, do like a quick, you know, courtroom marriage, like run off to Vegas, let's get married this weekend, come back and it's like, hey, what you guys do this weekend? Oh, nothing. You take off your wedding ring, you put that thing in your pocket. Nothing. We were just, you know, hanging out. It's like, no, man, we got married. And in particular, they want me to, maybe not they don't want me to, but like this idea of abundance or this idea of stability is very important. And it's hidden. Is that it? Is that what this is? Okay, listen. I'm just going to make it simple. I don't know. I don't think this is going to apply to everybody, but I'm like, why would you hide this? Why would you hide that you have a significant relationship or a significant other or a husband or a wife? Why would you hide that? Why would you hide that this person or you do well? Why would you hide this? Go back down here where I told you there's a cycle going on where somebody's a battering ram and somebody is like sort of, there's a respect to the decorum. There's respect to someone's hierarchy in your life. They're your mother, they're your father, they're your older cousin, whatever. There's something about, and I said something here about paying dues. Here's where this, I think, ties in. If someone knew, and I don't know your life, but this is, I'm just going to use this as an example. If you sort of kind of grew up poor, Scorpio, and you got into either a position on your own, in your own right, a job that pays you well, you've stacked your chips, you got money in the bank, and you got cousins or brothers or sisters or parents or whoever from your family, from the life you once lived, right? The environment that you grew up in, come knocking on your door. Hey, Scorpio, can I get a loan? I just need $100. And you're like, I don't got it. Oh, I wish I could help you. Sorry. And you send them on their way. And then you go look at the balance in your bank account. You got like $150,000 in the bank. It's something like that. If people knew what you had, they would want what you have. If people knew what you had, they would take advantage or they would expect it. That's this. This 5 of Swords and this 10 of Wands. They would expect it. I'm your mother. I'm your father. Are you going to see me go hungry? That's reality for some people. And that kind of plays on your scorpionic nature. Scorpio, water signs, all of you in your different ways are caretakers. Yeah? Can't help yourselves. That's what you do. So if someone knew you had resources, 9 of Pentacles is a card of resources. Whether you married into money or married into a situation where your partner is successful and you're successful alongside them or whatever it is. Because that's also there too. This whole secret marriage thing is here. Anyway, if people knew that, either one particular person or a group of people, friends, family, something like that, they would expect you to give it to them, to share it with them. Something like that. So this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, Lord. You have your reasons. I do not begrudge you. I think I get it. But from the outside perspective, here, yes, because again, that goes back to here and here, where I was just like, why can't you just push back? Why can't you just tell people no? If you don't want to be if again, this idea of visiting for the holidays and having to endure somebody who's very you know, inflammatory towards you, or there's somebody who always gets into arguments with you, don't go, don't interact. But again, this whole like duty and responsibility, and I have to. So because you know you have to do certain things, you're expected, and you fulfill your duties, you fulfill your responsibilities and your obligations towards your friends and your family, right? You know you have to. That's your perception. That's how you operate, right? You now have to curate, design the parameters around what these people are allowed to know about you. That's what we're talking about here. I don't know that this is lying. I don't know that this is deception, because it feels protective. I said that earlier about the emperor. It's not an offensive thing that you're doing. It's a defensive thing that you're doing. I'm defending myself from an invasion. I'm defending myself against people encroaching on me, yeah? Or encroaching on my life, or encroaching on certain aspects of my life. Somewhere in here, who is this for? I don't know. But there's something about a secret relationship. And there's not a lot of cards here about relationship, but I'm telling you, there's something here about secret relationship. And I told you, when I asked, are you making moves in secret? And they pushed that yes out of me. Yes. Okay? It's hush hush. Yes. Is Scorpio keeping secrets? Is Scorpio breathing right now? Are they watching this video? Yes. Like, you know, if anybody ever asks, do Scorpios keep secrets? The answer is always yes. Okay? It's nothing, it's just part of their nature. They can't help it. So this is why I'm like, is this some soap opera shit? But I'm kind of like, who am I talking about here? Scorpios, of course. So this secret keeping, this hidden lifestyle, right? That happens a lot. People hide a lifestyle, you know, from people because, again, you don't want to be encroached upon. You don't want people coming to your door looking for handouts. You don't want people coming to your door saying, hey, I see that you're driving a really nice Mercedes-Benz parked out there. That must mean you have all this kind of money, and you must have all this access, and you must have all this big, beautiful home kind of shit. So instead of driving your Mercedes, which you do have, you keep it parked in the garage, and the thing that you drive is like, you know, a Honda Civic. Well, yeah, everybody has a Honda. They don't need to know about the Benz. Keep it in the garage. I'm gonna drive the Civic into the city. That happens a lot with people who live like in the outskirts of big cities or in the suburban areas. They keep the nice car in the garage, and when they go into work into the city, they drive like the beat up car. That happens a lot. So that might be what you're doing, something like that. So Knight of Pentacles, secret, secret, secret. Nobody needs to know. I got all this money in the bank. Nobody needs to know that I have a beautiful wife at home, and you know, she's a well-to-do ma'am. You know, some of you are kept men or women, yeah, and nobody needs to know about that part of my life. That's interesting. Whatever. Move on. They're like done. They're like stop it. I'm like okay. So what else happens here in this reading for you, Scorpio? Yes. Now that's interesting. Oh. Which one? Show me clearly. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we got there. Ooh, and it's going in the reverse direction. So remember we went 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's interesting. Symmetry is important for me as a reader. Maybe that means something to you as well. I don't know. 9 of Wands. Well, what are you doing? God, Scorpio, what are you doing? Because now it's changing gear. You're like, oh man, they're getting me. Okay. going back to this video game, you know, tabletop game of Risk. Remember, I told you there's clans and villages and tribes or whatever, and they each have a different color. If you play Risk, your little men have different colors, right? So let's say your empire, your emperor is blue. Let's just say that. Let's say that the family and the intrusive people that you deal with on a regular basis, or at least you know you have to deal with at certain times of the year or under certain circumstances, let's say they're red. You are combating that energy or defending yourself against that energy, right? There's another thing that you're defending yourself against, and it's actually close by. So as much as I've talked about you sort of having this contentious energy with people that you know from back home, family, friends, whatever it is, I feel you're also combating, you're in defense within the walls of your empire. Yes, that's what that is. Wow, what the hell is this? Within your own tribe, village, clan, whatever, there something's up here. This is like Inception or some shit. Oh my God, give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, I've been doing this lately. That's so weird. Like when I get these hits, I've been doing like this. Oh, like I'm watching like, you know, little baby lambs be born or something like that. And it's not even like that because it's more for me. It has nothing to do with what I'm reacting to in my mind. It's the confirmation that I'm getting. The confirmation is you're keeping secrets. It's like Inception or something. Scorpio, you have a certain aspect of your life that is on the low. Hush, hush, right? Within that space, you might have friends. Like I said, some of you are hiding a significant other or some type of intimate relationship. And within that relationship, within that inner circle of people or that intimate relationship you have with someone else, you are hiding something from them. What? Listen, friends, listen. That's because I'm getting this. Why am I saying all this? Listen. Number one, the Nine of Wands is a defensive posture. It's self-preservation. It's putting up a good fight. It's not. It's what do you call that? Battening the hatches or something or whatever. I don't know that terminology, but it's strengthening defenses. So it's like the last stand. It's sort of like when you watch like a suspense thriller or like a suspense thriller movie where, let's say, people are trying to, God, that's not great. So let's use something else. Let's say people are trying to rob a bank, right? And they want to get to the vault. So the first thing you do, and I'm not a professional bank robber, but this is what happens in the movies. First, you got to get out and you got to take out the CCTV cameras, right? Then you got to go into the bank. You got to get the hostages and the customers down on the ground. Somebody has to do crowd control, right? Somebody has to keep the tellers in line. Then somebody has to take the teller to go open the cash drawers that are at their individual little cashier windows or their bank teller windows, right? Then you have to go get the manager and they have to open this safe. And then once they're in there, then they have to put in their code simultaneously to get into the vault. It's like increasing levels of security, increasing levels of trying to breach through defenses. You see what I mean? So the first defense was like that little dome camera, that CCTV camera that's outside the bank or right above the ATM. You see what I mean? That's the first thing you got to get rid of. Then you got to get rid of the security guards inside. Then you got to get the witnesses down. Then you got to get this, da-da-da-da-da-da. Everything, there's like increased stakes the further you go into this bank to get to the vault, to get to the center. So there's lines of defense protecting a central location. I hope you followed me there. Now, that's what this is. There's something very close to your heart to the center of you, a hush-hush secret. I don't know what it is. They're not letting me in. And you all have different secrets. I'm not, you know. You guys all have different secrets, so I have no idea what it is. But there's something that you're working on, something that you're developing, something that you're, you know, squirreling away. Some of you could be squirreling away some money, whatever it is. You're doing this in secret to the person that is also a secret to something else. You see what I mean? Oh, God. This is like a net, and I mentioned this in someone else's reading. This is like a Russian nesting doll of secrets. You keep going, like one big doll leads into a smaller doll, smaller, 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 and then deep, 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 deep down, there's a tiny little Russian doll, and that's the thing that you're holding, not holding, but that's the thing you're protecting with this Nine of Wands, okay? Now, the interesting part here, okay, yes, finally, they're going to talk about this damn card. Look at this guy's face. Number one, he's got what? He's got 4 wands in front of him, right? So that's you looking at the person that you're in this little upper level of the Russian nesting doll going, hey there, person I am keeping a secret, or relationship I'm keeping a secret, or aspect of my life that I'm already keeping a secret. Maybe this is like a business that you're starting with friend. That's really weird, but to illustrate that, they're telling me that some of you might have an online persona that you keep secret from your family, meaning just to give it like a little bit of a scandal. Let's say some of you, or one of you, not even some of you, let's just say one of you out there, Scorpios, who might be watching this. Let's say you're a cam girl, right? And you grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah. You damn right. You're gonna build a separate life, an empire that deals with cam girl Scorpio's life. Separate from Salt Lake City Scorpio's life, where you go home to your family that's very religious, very conservative, right? That's a separate life, right? And now you go back to wherever you are. You go back to LA, or you go back to Seattle or Chicago, wherever you are, where you do your cam girl thing, right? You go back to the people that maybe you live with. Maybe you live in a house, with roommates, and you all do cam stuff, right? And if you don't know what a cam girl is, like, I hope you get what I'm saying. Like, contextually, follow me. You go back to where you are. And you get on with your cam girl stuff. You get on with that aspect of your life, the way that you make your money, the way that you sustain yourself, right? And you share this secret life with other people. You're in the house, or you're roommates with other people who also keep that aspect a secret of their life. Or they're keeping your secret. Maybe they have a regular 9 to 5 and they know you do all this freaky deaky shit online. And that's not shade. Do it. If that's what you're into, do it. I'm here for it. Somehow, there's still something you keep separate from those people that you've entrusted with that secret. That's what you do. That's the inception. Listen, Scorpio, I got you. I got you. Because now I'm remembering a Scorpio of significance in my life. She would tell certain secrets to this person here, but then tell a different secret to that person over here that this person had nothing, they had no know-how of. So you live in a roommate situation, you do your cam girl thing, your roommate's cool with it, they're not ever gonna, tell your parents if your parents call, or looking for you, or, someone stops by and says, hey, is Scorpio home? And they know you're in your bedroom doing the cam girl thing right now. They're like, oh no, Scorpio's not here, they're out right now. Sorry, check back later, bye. They keep your secret for you. They're in cahoots, okay? You keep something from that person. Why am I saying all this? The 4 wands are in front of this guy, and he's looking dead at us. Hey, Scorpio, what's up? Or this is you. Hey, person that I live with, what's up? Hey, Scorpio, how are you? How's things? It's good. Hey, I'm curious. This is your roommate talking to you, or the person that, you're keeping, who is keeping a secret on your behalf. They're like, hey, I heard like a roar come from your bedroom last night. Are you keeping a lion in there? You look him dead in the eye. No, I am not. Nope. No, I'm not. Are you sure? Because I also, like, it smells heavily like manure and like and there's like big paw scratch marks on the walls and stuff. Are you sure you're not hiding a lion in your bedroom? Nope. Why would you even think that? No way. It's something like that. Because look at the lion. He's in the background. Got 5 wands in front of him. So there's a deeper hidden. There's a deeper effort to hide the lion. So I don't know what you're keeping from the person who is keeping one secret for you or is part of a secret life that you live, but you're keeping something from that person too, or those people. Why? I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. It makes sense to you. I'm going to tell you that. Because I feel normal as I'm expressing all of this. The person, Jay, is like, what the fuck? What is this? Like, I'm like, huh? But as the reader, I feel very normal. Like, I feel like, yeah, this is very much what I need to do. This is how it has to be. It makes sense in some grand plan, some grand, yes, some grand scheme, some grand plan. 6 of Swords. Listen, you got, and it's above the Emperor. That makes sense. Son of a, okay. Quickly. Again, this is a bisected reading. It's also mirroring. They're giving me that now. Mirroring. So, there's a burden here. Dealing with people back home. Dealing with people that are, you know, annoying or intrusive on your life. That's a burden. You willfully carry it. You also willfully hide secrets. You also willfully are in a situation, in a relationship, in a job. You make money, you have money, you do whatever. Secret. Willfully, you do not share this information. Same way you willfully take on the burdens and responsibilities and obligations of a situation that doesn't serve you or that annoys the hell out of you, right? Mirrored. That's a mirrored thing going on for you. Here, sacrificing. Exhausted energy, dealing with a person, dealing with an energy or interactions that what's the point? Defeat you, right? Defeat you. You do it because you have to, right? Again, something with obligations here, something with sacrificing here. Here, oh, a little bit of a sacrifice here as well. I don't think you're trying to be nasty, but I feel that at a moment's notice, you will sacrifice something here as well. Wow, I don't know what that means. But there's a mirroring here as well where people might not understand why you do this, why you stay in contact with these people. They might not understand it, right? Same thing here. People might not understand, why don't you just tell people that you do this cam girl thing? Or why don't you just tell people that we're in a relationship? Something like that. There's something where people don't understand your motives here, but you get it. And you do it purposefully, okay? Here, moves. I told you, getting ready for something, stepping into a new role, stepping into these big boss pants, wearing the crown of the Emperor, getting into this self-possessed energy, purposeful. Self-possession, purposeful action, elevation. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm like, elevation? 6 of Swords? Yeah. 6 of Swords, elevation. What's that called? Elevation. Evolution is more the thing. Evolution. 6 of Swords is about progression, traditionally. In this, it's really interesting. It's sort of giving us this feeling of equilibrium and balance, which is kind of innate in the 6s when we talk about them in tarot. They do talk about balance. They do talk about things being even keeled. Now, Scorpio. All of this, I don't know why I'm cool with it, because I probably normally wouldn't be super cool with it. You're in like this really, again, self-preservation, self-possession, personal dominion, personal development, securing things for the betterment of you, whatever you value, whoever you value. If you have someone that you want to keep close to you, if you have an activity or a lifestyle that you value, like this thing about cam girl, if like that's what you want to make your career for the next 5-10 years of your life, you want to sustain that, everything you're doing is seeking to have balance and balance and equity for yourself. Equity. Okay? Equity for yourself. I think, okay, that makes, okay, so going back to this whole idea of like a bank robbing movie, or movies where there's like double crossing in it. I can't think of any right now, but there's something going on here where people have underestimated you or believed you to be capable of this, that, and the other, and they limit you, right? And this is giving me this energy of like a, for lack of a better phrasing, like a sneak attack. Which again leads me back to the video game, Age of Empires. You know, there have been plenty of campaigns that I've won in that game, personally, where I had like low villager counts, and all the empires, all the other village or all the other tribes around me were like so huge, and they advanced their technology before me. This doesn't make sense if you've never played the game, but I'm going to get to the point. So all these bigger enemies were around me. They had more infantrymen, they had more archers, and all this other kind of stuff. But what did I do? As a tactic, as you would do in any strategy game, is I build my resources for a sneak attack. So I'm mining gold, I'm mining silver, I'm chopping wood, and I'm building my resources slowly. The enemy empires, they're getting huge. They're taking up like the majority of the map. I've got this small little corner in the map, but my resources are building. I said that earlier, squirreling away my shit. You might be squirreling away some type of resources because there's a major move coming. A big glow up. A big move. Maybe that's why you're hiding things from your roommate. Maybe they're used to you paying half of the rent, and you're keeping secrets of, I'm going to leave soon. I'm going to move out and get my own apartment because I'm making cams go full time. I'm not trying to be, doing the cams between, 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. and that's the only way I make my money. Like, there's money to be made in the daytime hours, but because you're kind of like, you're kind of a stick in the mud, or you're kind of like, inconvenient for me, I need my own place. So I'm squirreling away my money so that I can go and move out and be on my own, away from you. So that could be like the Inception or the Russian doll secret that you're keeping, is I'm trying to bolster my own resources so I can truly be on my own. Now, if that's not a roommate that you're doing that with, if that's a significant other, ay, Dios mío. Do what you gotta do, I guess. I don't know. But there's something about people don't know what you're up to, but you know. You got that clarity. Look at this guy. Look at the, what is that? An oval? That oval of light over this guy's head. He's clear about this. He's had a vision about it, and he's moving that way. The Six of Swords is about progression. You will get, maybe you don't get what you want, but you're going to make moves that benefit you. And people won't know. So anyway, Age of Empires. you know, you can make a comeback in that game. One of the strategies is, even if the other empires around you, the other tribes or whatever around you have bigger swaths of land under their dominion, right? And they control more land. You can still make a comeback in that game. You just have to slowly build your resources and all of a sudden make a sneak attack. Like out of nowhere, your army of 50 goes to an army of 200 and you're able to storm the castle on the other side of the map. Something like that, right? If you know that game, you know what I'm talking about. Now, Scorpio, your outcome for December is the Ace of Pentacles. So hello, this is what I just said. New opportunities, new investments, some of you, this is a big glow up or a big increase in your money or the opportunity to make money. Again, whoever this one, maybe 2 or 3 people who might be getting into sex work, listen. So long as you're safe, so long as you're an adult, so long as you're, you know, above board, do what you got to do. But if you're looking to make a break in that industry, or even if it's not sex work, or even if it's not online, you know, anything, if it's, you know, a regular Joe Schmo kind of job, here you go. Money's coming in. Now, what you can do with that money, the investments you can make, the access it's going to give you, the power it's going to give you, because remember, the Emperor is interested in increasing his empire, right? That goes with it. This energy bolsters that. This energy supports your moves as the Emperor. Ace of Pentacles literally are new opportunities, new jobs, okay? So some of you are already on top of that. Some of you already have that. Again, it's new money. It's also unexpected opportunities. Like, I hate to, because I'm okay with it, but it might be for some viewers. Let's say part of the cam girl storyline is now, instead of like doing live cam shows or whatever, someone comes along your path who's in like the porn industry and they're like, hey, you could be a star. It could be that, like, unexpected offers where you know what you've calculated, Scorpio, what you can do on your own. This Ace of Pentacles, in some of your cases, is someone coming along, not a greasy, like, slime ball type person. It's just, no, for you to make more. It might require you to sort of do something you didn't want to do, or do something you never thought of doing. So this is not the best analogy because it won't resonate with everybody. But, you know, if you're doing solo online, you know, cam work, right? And you're contacted by somebody in the industry and they're like, hey, we could shoot a movie, we could shoot a video, we could shoot something for you, it's professionally done, da 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 da. And you're kind of like, oh, I was planning to be like an independent content creator in this realm, but now I have this production company, this producer, this director who's like, hey, we'll fly you out to LA, or we'll set you up in this house or in this space, and you could shoot like 2 or 3 of these, and we're going to pay you this amount of money. It's like that. It's like not exactly what you expected to do, not exactly what you set out to do, but it's kind of lucrative, quick money in some of your cases. And you'll have to decide what you want to do with that. That's interesting. Whoever you don't have to announce yourself, but if there is literally somebody who does like online cam work, or if you know that person, send them this video because that is like it's very prominent. Anyway, overall energy is the 8 of Wands. So that's not the proper position or pose for somebody who's shot out of a cannon, but that's what they showed me. I mean, look at this guy's face. He's like so excited to be flying through the air with these 8 wands. There's like go energy. This is very quick, fast moving energy. So in general, this development, despite how long this video is, Scorpio, this development is quick. This stuff that you've started with the Emperor, the resources that you're building, the parameters and the boundaries that you're setting up for yourself, the plan of attack, the strategy that you're developing, boom, 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 boom. A lot of people are going to be very surprised at the things that you do or say or in the ways that you behave. It's going to catch everybody off guard. Yeah. Eight of Wands also traditionally talks about communication. So some of you could be, like I said, in negotiations or, you know, back and forth emails or messaging with someone, negotiating over a contract for whatever you're looking to get into, right? It could be, it doesn't have to be about, you know, porn or anything like that. If you're secretly trying to move, right? Or at least put things in place so that when it's time to leave a certain situation, there's no hubbub, there's no fuss, no muss. You could be in rapid conversation with like a realtor. Like, I need to move in 2 weeks. What do you got for me? Here are the listings. Okay, I want that one. I want the third listing. Okay, well, da-da-da. And you just like back and forth. So that when 3 weeks comes, and I've seen people do this in my real life, you're out. I've done it myself. I've had to do it myself. And I didn't have, well, I did have to, because I did have to. But this whole, where can I go? How can I get there quickly? Boom, 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 boom. Conversation, you know, you say something, the person responds. You say something, they respond. And it goes quickly. And by the time whoever is affected can kind of assess the situation, you're out the door. You're gone. I've been down that road before, so I get it. I don't know why you need to do it. I'm not allowed to know. And, you know, I'm not trying to eavesdrop on your situation truly. But it feels like people won't know what hit him, essentially. And that's how you want it. Because Scorpio likes secrets. Scorpio, that's your reading for December 2019. If you liked it, like button is down below. If you want to leave a comment, you don't have to tell me your secrets, but you can leave it down below. You can tell me how this resonated at least. But you don't have to, of course. There's no pressure here on my channel ever. Share the video if you want. Let other people know that you like my content, that you enjoyed this reading, that you found some information here. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It would be cool. We could be friends. We won't be friends probably. I mean, maybe we will. Maybe we will. I'm kind of friendly with a few of my clients. But anyway, so Scorpio, I will see you soon with the mid-December readings. I'm going to come back for those. I'm going to bring in the no communications readings. I'm also going to go live for Sagittarius. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, if you want to eavesdrop on them for their birthday live session, you may do that in a couple weeks. If not, that's cool. No pressure. Scorpio, again, I will go live again in January, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed and that you check the community page, okay? Scorpio, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, guys. Take care. Bye.